ask your questions, feel free to do that.
So my question is the Fed's meeting coming up, I think at 2:30. What are your expectations are? You think we're gonna get the rate cut, or we're not gonna rate the cut? You think we're gonna get a pump or not, or just the way things are? Because you're saying the May might be bearish for you. So just your thoughts on that, please.
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting at least the first week to stay green, because it only makes sense that if you start high, generally it pushes it a bit further higher, and then after that it only starts crashing. So as we had ending of April high, so it only made sense that it will stay high. But in terms of rate cuts, I'm not expecting much, to be honest with you. I don't think that I'm going to see anything crazy, something that would lead the market in a direction that would lead to extraordinary pumps. If someone is looking for an excuse that, okay, we had a rate cut and now we are going to dramatically pump, I don't think that is going to be the case scenario over here. You're sitting at $97,000. Did we start dropping? I mean, from here on the news, maximum you can pump 3K, even if it's a crazy news. So I'm not expecting anything crazy, I would say.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. What the hell is happening? Okay. Yes, carry on, you can talk. Anyone who wants to talk can raise their hand.
Hi, Shah. Thank you for the invite. Much appreciated. I think it's the first time I've ever spoke to you. Thank you for the great content. It's always been amazing. And appreciate your feedback that you always send through. As you can tell, I'm probably quite happy that you called at this time, because in the UK, it's the times that you normally call are like 2 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning. So it's worked out pretty good. So thank you very much for that. And I hope there's many more of these at this time of the day.
100%, 100%. I'm trying out different times, and I think I will try to use this time more often than usual. This is the time when a lot of humans on this part of planet and on the other side, they are available. So I think it suits a lot of people. I don't know about Australians, but I think for the rest of the world it works.
Yeah, no, thank you very much for that. Appreciate that. Just a quick one in regards to the question I had. I know you have mentioned potentially July. We are looking at some dips in the market, and obviously I'm sat cash positive. I'm sure some of your avid followers are sat cash positive as well at the moment. I'm just trying to understand when you are potentially going to release that lovely spreadsheet of yours that you do release.
The list of coins that I always share, that okay, these are the 20 coins to buy, that list.
That's the one, Shah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to release that list as we enter June. I'll start looking into the market, because the previous list we closed down a lot of it. We were in profit on some, we got out of some in break even, and there are a few that we still stuck in. I always like to keep cash on hand in the market. I think that if you want to make money, you should always have a good amount of liquidity. And if you always have liquidity, you are always going to win, because you can always go and grab. And there's so many ways of making money. The easiest form of making money, it's a bit risky, would be the way of going and investing in meme coins that are kind of dead, but they're listed on Binance. They're always 100% winners. Like you look at Peanut, you look at Chill Guy, or anything else. These are bullshit projects, but at the end of the day, you are dealing with bullshit investors. So when these coins, they go to $20 million market cap, $30 million market cap, from their all-time high of $1 billion, or in case of Peanut from 2 billion to 100 million, it makes sense that this coin is down by 20x. Now the existing investors, they're looking for some kind of spark, and the moment they see a spark, they are going to have a, what do you call it? They are going to have their they're going to jump onto a DC approach, and they're going to try and push the coin further up. The moment the Peanut or Chill Guy or anything like that moves 10%, it moves not only on exchange of Binance, it moves everywhere else. And as it is shown everywhere else, what happens is that everybody starts thinking that let's jump onto this train, and people like to buy green than red, so it starts pumping crazy. And I think I have used this method pretty much in a rinse and repeat method, like we did with Fartcoin. If you remember in the list, the only coin that outperformed the whole list was Fartcoin, and we got out of that on a 90%, but Fartcoin did over 110%, I think, or 100%.
Yeah.
It was because I saw that, okay, people are crazy about that coin. It doesn't mean that it's a great project. It's just that there was an opportunity. But it happened. Yeah. So I'm going to share the list when I see that, the market is in the right place. And I'm going to keep it a mix of a few memes that I know wouldn't just die right there. And with my major focus being on utilities.
Fantastic. Just one last one, if that's okay, Shah.
Yeah.
In regards to comments that you made about Solana previously,
yes.
And obviously it's fantastic at pumping. Similarly, what's your sort of thoughts on the Link coin, and from an investment point of view, long term? We do see Link as being a robust sort of proposition to enter, but thought in the back of my mind is never married to a coin, and that's always stuck in my mind from day one when I met you. What are your thoughts on Link, and obviously allowing that to sort of be held in your bag long term? Do we really see like a 5-10x potential from Link from May, June, July, possibly? Just one a general sort of overview, if that's okay.
Yeah, I'm going to answer that right now. I'm just looking at their current situation, because Link is a mix of different kind of structure. Coins that have different structures like BNB, Link, and few other coins where they don't have single clear stream of income, it requires a lot of digging. But they are on blockchain, so there is a way of it. Link, in terms of performance, it's not bad. Not bad. Like Solana is making a loss of $300 to $350 million loss every month. Link is making $10,000 to $20,000 profit per month. So it's not good like PancakeSwap. PancakeSwap is making $8 million per month, and right now it is outperforming every blockchain that you know. But these are the things that people don't look at, and I'm talking about it because I have 35 people here and 13 people on YouTube. So I'm not going to make a loss on my $15,000 mentorship because not a lot of people are going to get the idea that, oh, you're going to look at things in a sensible manner and not just the hype and say that to the moon, the usual bullshit. The overall case scenario, Arbitrum is making around $1 to $2 million per month. That is one of the few blockchains that is profitable. Binance Smart Chain is making $1 million to $2 million a month, but Binance overall is making billions every year because they have coin market cap, they have trust wallet, they have many sources of income. But just talking about the blockchain, they are in profit. But if you look at Ethereum, it's at a loss of $130 to $150 million loss per month. So Ethereum has a solution for it because they have coins sitting extra on the corner. They can use those funds, they can put it in, and they can fix their overall disaster. Plus, they have made good amount of money in good years. They have kept the funding. But when it comes to Solana, Solana acts as this good boy that is not charging a lot of fee on their blockchain. So they don't have that kind of revenue from their blockchain. At the same time, they don't have crazy inflation. They have 4% inflation per annum. So they only get to sell 4% of the supply of their coins. So they keep on increasing the supply by 4%. So it's not enough to cover their cost or losses. They're making around $1.1 billion loss every 4 months. So the loss and the money they make, it doesn't add up. And that's why you see Solana here and there selling mobile phones and stuff like that in summer times or in bear markets. When it comes to Chainlink, you don't see Chainlink in that situation. At least you see that, okay, maybe Chainlink still has an opportunity to survive. At least it's not sitting in a negative manner. So when you compare it to the rest of the blockchain, it is not doing that bad. If you go and check it and compare it to ICP, you go and you compare it to somebody else. I mean, I use so many blockchain names. They are doing better. Look at Uniswap. You would think that swaps are doing well, but Uniswap is in loss, even though they have higher fees than PancakeSwap. So it all boils down, jots down to the overall survival, because at the end of the day, these are companies, they have employees, they need to pay salaries, they need to cover for marketing and development and the overall production of everything that they're working on from securities perspective and everything else. Then you need to have funds for it. And the moment you run out of funds, you're kind of dead. Not everyone is lucky enough to have American cult behind them, like XRP, where you get to sell 200 million to 400 million dollars worth of XRP every month, and you collect 10 to 15 billion dollars, and you can survive for next 200 years. So, so they don't need to do anything. They have so much money that they can continue to operate. And even if down the line, 10, 15 years in future, they fail, they say, look at us, we are like Nokia. We had some awesome days, we survived, and now it's just bad luck. They would shake hands and move. If SEC doesn't bring them down, no one can hold them accountable for what actually happened. So Chainlink is a good project among everything that is happening. It has inflation, 100%, but it's not as bad as the bad boys are out there in the market. It's not ICP, let me put it like that.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, I see some comments on YouTube. Hi, pity a man in familiar places who yet feels like a stranger. That's too complicated for my brain. I don't know what it means. Hey bro, do you think XRP gonna hit $100 this cycle? No. And I think you don't realize cycle is over. How is Pengu looking? I've made a video on it. You can watch that. Pol Gala et is fake project. 3 projects are fake. Huh. Today's rate cut expectations, not much. I mean, I don't expect that rate cuts are going to, even if they do rate cuts, I don't expect it to do anything crazy for the market. Okay, now let me see Telegram chat actually. There must be questions. Yeah, there is. Hi Shah, hope you're well. My question may sound stupid for obvious reasons, but I'll still ask. So if I have like $8,000 to $10,000 and strictly following just your VIP, then how much can I make in next 6 to 7 months? I know it can vary from month to month, but just having an idea. The leverage I take is 3 to 4x. Okay. If you are following VIP, I have to assume that you're going to take all the trades. I know one person, one of my students, he takes all trades because he has someone who takes trades for him. So he's in America and then he has someone in India. They're able to take all trades because my trades, they can appear at night and at day, anytime. The thing that I'm working on is I'm trying to add the VIP trades in a structure that will match Cornex. Cornex is a tool that will automatically pick trades. If you attach and you think you can rely on it, you attach your account to it, then it automatically starts taking trades. But just to respond to your question, assuming you are able to take all trades, then you can look at previous month's performance and you can conclude it on basis of that. Let's take previous month's average. That will help us out, okay? So the lucky month, of course, was April. We did 552%. That is exaggerated. So that is not how it happens all the time. Let's look at March. March was 189%, okay? So let's say 500 was there, plus 89 was for the second month. Now let's look at February. Sorry, yeah, it is February. February we did only 34%. So plus 34. And do we have any more tracking? I think that is where we started tracking. So 3 months performance give us an average of 200%. So I'll bring it down further. I'll say 100%. So you can say on average in 6 months, you are going to have good months and bad months. on average you're going to make 80 to 100%. I'll bring it down to 50%. On average, you're making 50% gain on all the trades that you're taking. So if you are investing $10,000, on average, you're making $5,000 a month. But like I said, this is a game of average. And it depends on you're taking all the trades, and it depends on so many other factors. So I would add more variables to it and change it. I'll keep only one variable intact, that you're taking all trades. I would say that you're making 10% per month. So on $10,000, you're making $1,000 every month. That's the maximum variables I can introduce in comparison to previous 3 months data that we have on hand. So you can assume that by using $10,000, you're making $1,000 every month. And please do remember, all these percentages that I have shared, they are on spot movements. They're not on leverage movements. You're using a 3 to 4x leverage. You should be able to do well because you're using leverage, and you're going to use stop losses too. But that's the most controlled number that I can give you, 10% profit per month, because on calculator it says 200%. It looks a bit exaggerated to me. It's just because of the 1 month's anomaly. Anyway, I saw your video about optimism. Do you think this is a dead project? No. Why would I think that? Optimism, among layer 2 projects of Polygon, Arbitrum, and Optimism, I think you have Arbitrum as first, then you have Optimism, then you have Polygon. And Optimism is trying its best, and when it comes to its tokenomics, at least the tokenomics are better than Arbitrum. Arbitrum is a great project fundamentally, but they have horrible tokenomics. So performing well on chart is going to be a challenge for Arbitrum. It wouldn't be a challenge for Optimism. You need to understand that two things are different. One is to be a good project. Good project means you're going to survive for long. Why? Because you're making money. Another thing is tokenomics. As an investor, how well it is going to perform on the chart. Arbitrum sucks on that part, but they are doing well financially. What does it mean in the long term? In long term, it means that Arbitrum, as they are making money every month, they're even profitable in such horrible months while other blockchains are suffering. Later on, what they can do is that they can do what BitGet did, or what PancakeSwap is doing. Buy back their own bloody coin and then burn. Then they can reduce the overall inflation, and then the charts can start pumping. But it depends on when they start. BitGet is a living example of it. It pumped how many percentage? Just a second, okay? My God, my cats, they are playing and they're irritating me now. Shiramaka! This overall pump that you see, this was a reaction of the removal of inflation, or at least taking an action. So they went from $1 to $7, so 700%. Okay, now the comments in chat. Altcoin, how well it can do. I don't know about that coin. Hey Shah, you're doing well. Do you think Algorand is a good project to buy on spot? I don't know much about it, Algorand. I do remember it's an old project. I just don't remember how they are. They definitely have inflation. I have to go and calculate their inflation. But in terms of good project, you really need to wait for summers and enter into the Algorand. If you really love Algorand project, then at least wait for the market to bottom out. And because in the bottom, even if you buy a garbage project, they will go up. The thing that makes crypto different from stock market, in stock market you have educated investors, generally speaking, who have a big amount of money. Their whales are educated too. In crypto, the whales are stupid as well. So in stock market, dead stocks don't bounce. But in crypto, any dead coin can bounce. It's called dead cats bounce, and it happens pretty regularly. So wait for the markets to go down and then pick Algorand. Otherwise, I don't know why would you go after Algorand. You have 10,000 coins out there. Being picky about Algorand, you really need a reason. If you could leave your reason for it, that would be really helpful. Okay. Now there are no raised hands. Nope. I saw one from Mary and then she disappeared. Okay, anyway. Let's see if someone has left something in chat. Nope. They're typing. Let's look at YouTube chat. Tokenify chart. I don't know about that coin. Is this the right time to invest in Ethereum? If you're going to do DCA later, yes. If you're going to do DCA, go ahead and do it. Just carry on. You can talk.
Hi again, Shah. You mentioned some sort of bot or something earlier on. Can you just sort of elaborate? Am I right in thinking that when you project your trades on the VIP Telegram, that would sort of almost auto-populate this bot as such,
Yes.
and that would trigger to your, let's just say, Binance, KuCoin, whatever it may be. Have I understood that correctly?
Yeah, that is correctly. So what the bot does is that they ask you for API. You give them API, and the bot has access to your full account. So that is a bit concern if you think that bot is not trustworthy. But Cornex is designed for things like this because of time differences. So let's say when I shared the trade in VIP and you are sleeping, Cornex will take it. The only thing I need to do is address the format. I have the format of it. A student of mine, he actually requested me to do that. So I'm going to put the trades in that format. Sometimes I don't share their take profit areas, but I do share the rest of the stuff. So all I need to do is just populate everything, and later on you would need to still manually go and add take profits. But at least the good part would be that your trades will be triggered. Now the down part of it is that when I share a trade and 2 hours later I come and I tell you that close this trade because I think market is not doing well, let's close it on break even, or even if it's not break even, I say let's take a 1% loss, the bot will not close that for you. Your trade will keep on running. So that's the horrible part of it. But you have a stop loss still in place. The thing is that you will go and hit your stop loss, but the rest of the people, they will close the trade earlier than you, in case you are busy or sleeping.
A controlled trade more than anything.
Yeah. It at least increases your opportunity to take more trades, and I think it has a fee of $30 or $40 a month. But Cornex, other people have used it on my Telegram before as well, and all I need to do is just follow the format, and then we can use it again.
Would that work for spot as well?
Yeah, it works for everything. Cornex picks everything that I post. Cornex will take all those trades.
Brilliant. Sounds good.
No problem.
Looking forward for that to be rolled out, Shah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, mate.
No problem. Okay, we see a comment here. Brother Shah, how are you doing? I opened a short position on BTC from 94K. Should I still hold them? Yeah, that is a tricky one. Yeah, keep on holding. You should always use a stop loss. That's one thing, but keep on holding. There is still a possibility that you would get out of it without any crazy damage. But please be careful. If you want to open shorts on Bitcoin, always do it when it is above $100,000, just to be on the safe side. Don't open shorts. 94, never. I mean, you wanted to do it. 97,300, the target that I kept on sharing for weeks. That would have made more sense. I keep on saying in my videos, I don't know how does this happen. Always take shorts from the targets instead of taking it from the middle or somewhere else. Like if we talk about Bitcoin, you're talking about a support at 90, 92. You have a target of 97,300. 94 is sitting in the middle. That's not an area you would jump on and you would take any trade or take any kind of action over there. You wouldn't buy and you wouldn't sell in that area. Selling as in shorting. Okay, Cubic by Aota co-founder. What do you think? I have posted a video about Cubic. You can watch that. In first video of any coin that I cover, I always talk about their fundamentals. Later on, I just stick to TA. I don't like to talk about fundamentals a lot because that's how I survive. That's how I feed my kids. That's what I charge for. But in my first video of the coin, I always talk about fundamentals pretty much in detail. Okay. Is this the right time to invest in Ethereum? I always said that if you are going to do DCA, yes. What about Cardano price prediction? Cardano is a dead project. It only pumped because of the overall hype of Donald Trump and the founder of him being assigned to a committee, and then Donald Trump saying that there are not going to be any taxes on US coins. So it was just being in the right place at the right time, getting lucky. Otherwise, even in 2021, it was a dead project. It is still a dead project. Cardano is a very, very old coin. It's not that because it is old. Don't get me wrong, BNB is old as well. It's just that they are not able to perform even after all these years. You go and check how many projects are actually built on Cardano. It will make you question Cardano. Solana still has an excuse. All memes are getting launched on it. Ethereum, of course, being the big daddy, every serious project is on Ethereum. But when it comes to Cardano, what is on Cardano is a question that you should ask yourself. I mean, it's a blockchain, right? So they exist for a reason. And they cannot even say that we, like XRP does, we have partnered with the bank in Cayman Island, or we have partnered with that bank in some other corner of the world. I cannot give you those kind of excuses either to survive. So Cardano, you really need to go and ask them that what the hell are they doing? Because memes didn't work on Cardano. Serious projects are definitely not there. They failed with NFTs as well in 2022 and 2021. So I don't know. Okay, I ask about Algorand because my country here don't support Binance. I don't know how to use other broker using P2P. Your country doesn't support Binance P2P. Use my bot. I have my own bot. You will start seeing its promotional videos. That works as a P2P. It doesn't do KYC. You can go and transact through it. It's in the most decentralized, autonomous, and secure manner. And it will not flag you like any other exchange that says you're doing money laundering and then freezes your account. XRP going to 60 cents. Yeah, give it time. Why not? Kindly give daily analysis on gold also. I don't do Forex. Now they have started doing construction. It's all good all day, and then all of a sudden everyone has some problem. Anyway, yes, Mary. You skipped my question. What histogram means? I have no idea. They can label it as anything. I mean, we had a band from Finland called HIM. They had a logo called Heartogram. So I don't know. People make names. I have to go and search. But out of my mind, I have no idea what is histogram. Could you help me pick 5? Hi, Mary.
Hi, sorry, I was on mute.
It's okay.
First of all, thank you so much for your content. It's the most intelligent content out there that I've seen so far. And my question is kind of more of a technical question. Are you able to have more than one trust wallet on one device?
Oh, yes. You can have many. You can have 20, 50, 100.
Okay, so how do you do that? Is there settings in there somewhere?
I'll show you. I must have one trust wallet on this phone as well. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so you can see that on this one, this is my one account. So you click here, then it asks you add a wallet. You can add more wallets, and then it can increase. Now,
what is that little icon you're clicking on? I can't see it from here.
it says it's the top area. You can label your wallets. In your case, it will say wallet 1.
Okay.
You see this? It says main wallet. You
Yeah.
can name it anything. You can name it Joker. But initially, I think it will say main wallet. You click on it, and then over there you can add more wallets. But I do remember seeing your comment about seed phases. I
Yes.
I don't know if you have downloaded the right Trust wallet. Are you an Android user?
No.
Yeah, that sucks. So otherwise, I would have told you that you can look at the number of downloads. So the rest of the humanity, they can check things and verify, but that's not something you can do with Apple. So you see, it has 50 million downloads. That pretty much
Yes.
gives you a surety you are dealing with the right one. But as you are
Okay.
sitting in Apple, only prayers can help. So I
All right. Thank you.
I wouldn't know. Maybe they have. Do they show number of reviews? Because Apple doesn't show any numbers. I know that. If you can
Yeah,
see them.
it did show reviews, but half of the reviews were saying it was a scam.
No, it's because they are sour losers. It's not because of
Okay.
the that part. They will complain about that. Look at the number of reviews. Over here, they have 2 million. So if it has
Oh, okay.
hundreds of thousands of reviews, it is the real app that you have downloaded.
Okay. Yeah, it does have a lot of reviews.
Okay, so then you are dealing with the right app. Maybe on Apple, somehow they must have forced them that don't introduce seed phrase or whatever. I don't know why it doesn't give you seed phrase, but you can still take it. You can go inside your wallet and you can ask for your seed phrase. Just a second, okay?
Okay.
Where the hell is it? Yeah. So when you click on the name over here, you see these 3 dots. You can take seed phrases from here. I cannot show it to you because I'll get hacked, but and that's how you do it. And remember,
Okay.
always keep it manual. Never attach it to your Google Drive or don't take pictures of it and keep it on your phone. That's how people get hacked.
Okay. So those 3 dots, are they on the home screen?
Yeah, and it's after clicking that wallet 1. In my case, it was main wallet
Okay.
that I clicked on. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
thank you.
I'll in Telegram chat, I'll share a YouTube video as well. I'll find a video for Apple, and then you can go and watch that.
Oh, great. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Because I've been trying, I still haven't done my first trade, my
Yeah.
first long or short. I've done spot
Mhm.
because I'm just trying to get all that organized, the wallet, the Palau ID, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
No.
it seems like I'm blocked every time I try and do something blocks me. This time it's technical, but so I haven't done my first trade, but looking very forward to doing my first short or long.
No problem. No problem. It's easier than you would think. I'll share a video that will pretty much clear everything up.
Great, thank you so much.
No problem. Okay. Got any reason behind downtrend of altcoins while Bitcoin is getting high? Yeah, Bitcoin is staying up because you have ETF. So you have dollars coming in. Bitcoin is not attached to crypto, and altcoins are going down because they are attached to crypto. You don't have ETF situation going on with them. And you can argue for Ethereum, but you can see that in ETF people didn't care about Ethereum. So you don't have dollar coming into it. Don't use Bitcoin as your indicator. I posted a video, they don't get views. Bitcoin dominance is useless. If you keep on looking at Bitcoin and thinking that if Bitcoin goes up, your altcoins are going to go up, or if Bitcoin goes down, your altcoins are going to go down, it is not like that anymore. The reason when Bitcoin goes down and it goes down, altcoins go down, is because of psychological reasons, because all your moon boys are still talking about Bitcoin dominance. So they create a FUD in the market. Technically, it should not go down, but it does because of the fear. But when it comes to going up, as it is not attached, the emotions of retailers are not able to push it because they're already stuck. They don't have more money to invest and push it up, but they can always sell in loss because they're already married to the coins. So that's why you can bring it down, but you cannot push it up. 5 cryptos in your opinion will 10x. 10x is a lot to ask, but It depends on where you buy. So I was thinking of a coin today that would have done a 10x. Damn it, it was right before this call. I'll still pick one. Just a second, okay? Yeah, I would say if you pick cake, I have to give you a safe name at 50 cents. If you see Pancake Swap's cake at 50 cents, you can do a 10x on it. $5 wouldn't be a problem for Pancake, assuming you are willing to wait for like 2 years, 6 months to 2 years. Other than that, who else can do a 10x? Arbitrum sucks right now. 10x is a bit stretch. I have to go and check the smaller projects. Yeah, I really need to go and check. Okay, is this the right time to invest in Ethereum, and what can we expect it from Ethereum? If you are doing DCA, yes, it's the right time to invest, and what you can expect from Ethereum is 4,500. Always stick to the existing knowledge, don't go beyond. So the Fed interest rate decision will be out in 1 hour. Expectation is for no change, and the Powell press conference will be in 90 minutes time. Awesome. Oh, there is a question. Damn it. Hey Shah, what are your thoughts on coins like Algo, IOTA, XLM, XDC, and the infamous XRP, the entire ISO 20? When you see a coin stating ISO 20022, run in a different direction as fast as possible. All this stuff is marketing gimmick. It doesn't matter at all. And I mean, XDC, XLM, and XRP, they all used it pretty extensively, and they all were basically utilizing the XRP's hype. And somehow among the game, people have forgotten about XDC entirely, but it was pretty much utilizing this opportunity as well. Are they really trying to conquer and revolutionize the banking system? No. If they were, banks wouldn't be creating their own stable coins and blockchains. Go and check JP Morgan and others. Everyone is creating their own ecosystem. No one can revolutionize anything. They're making an attempt, but it really depends on our smaller investors. Are smaller banks going to be enough for you to utilize these blockchains? And then you have other situations as well. Like if we talk about Africa, Africa has their own working banking coin. There is a term for it that XRP used to say that we are that, and then they started denying it when Trump banned it. I forgot the word. It was a coin for banks. That was the translation, but I forgot the term. Anyway, so they have a working coin for that. So a lot of people have created a lot of things. So these 4 coins that you have mentioned, it's not going to work out as you would think. XRP can survive because they have massive amount of funds. They might end up buying USDC, or they might end up buying something else. While we are on the topic, XRP's RLUSD is still stuck at $300 million market cap, while Liberty Finance flew from 100 or 300 million to $2 billion, just like that. I'll show it to you. Just a second. It's called USD1. That is the coin that they have launched, the Liberty Finance, and it went from 128 million to 2.1 billion. I'll show it to you on a bigger screen. That way you can clearly see it. Sorry, I clicked somewhere else. Just a second. You will see this graph from 120 to 2.1 billion, and this is at 1st of May. So 6 days ago. It didn't come in the news. I think many people have missed out on it, but it's a pretty aggressive move in contrast to RLUSD. Why? Because this Liberty Finance coin is not listed on any major exchange apart from HTX. It is listed on STX. STX previous name is Hubo, if you're wondering what is the name. But if we look at RLUSD from Ripple, it is listed on Kraken, which is more reputable exchange or has more access to funds in USA than HTX, but still it is struggling. So that shows that XRP is struggling with their stablecoin adoption. Anyway, moving on. Do you think interest rate will be cut? Someone in my community just shared that there is not going to be any interest rate cut. And even if it does, I don't expect the market to move in crazy manner. We saw 3 rate cuts back to back last year. Into this year, nothing changed. It didn't have any kind of crazy impact on the market. Shiba versus Pepe. I think Pepe is more fresh blood in comparison to Shiba. You have thousands of memes out there now. Unfortunately, majority of them, at least 100 of them, have gone and hit $1 billion. So a lot of people are stuck in those coins. Now they're sitting at 100 million, 200 million. Everyone is down 80%, 90% on their bag. As they all are married, I don't think people have time for Shiba. Pepe, yes, because it was recently introduced to US market through Robinhood and Coinbase. They were able to scam new investors. So you have new fresh money and audience and hype stuck to it. Pepe would be pretty much where Shiba is right now in next 3 years. So Shiba versus Pepe, Pepe will win because it can move way more than Shiba would. So if you are looking for a magic bullet movement of 100%, Pepe can do it. Pepe has more opportunity of doing it than Shiba would. And Shiba Inu army is kind of dead. They were really poisonous and aggressive and angry all the time, like XRP army or XCN's army. Now they have kind of disappeared. I've not seen Shiba army. I think it's been at least 2 or 3 years. Yes, Dawa Exchange, you want to talk? I have unmuted you. Okay. Is Polygon Matic a dead project? I still have long-term potential in the evolving Ethereum scaling landscape. It's not a dead project, but it would require massive amount of time to perform well.
I mean,
Hi.
is Solana a good coin to hold now?
Sorry?
Is Solana a good coin to hold now?
What does now means? 1 month, 5 months, 1 year, 2 year? What exactly is now for you?
Hold like 2 months.
2 months?
Like, can I buy Solana?
No.
Yes.
I would, if I'm buying now Solana, I'll wait for July. I would
Okay.
wait 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, where did it go? Do you think interest rate cut? Name 3 cryptos to invest in this bull run. There is no bull run. I don't know why people are under the assumption we are in a bull run. If you're looking for 3 coins in bear market, keep an eye on the channel. Most probably somewhere around June, July, I'll share a list. Yes, Manuel, you can talk. Okay, someone says, what is your general idea about Polkadot fundamentally and sentimentally? Fundamentally, you need to understand that cake, Polkadot, sushi, all these food-based coins, they were launched as a trend, a meme. Back in the days, we didn't have concept of meme. We didn't have concept of trends. Now, if Elon Musk farts, you will launch a coin saying Elon Musk's fart. He launches Grok, you launch Grok coin. He launches Gork, you go and launch Gork coin. All that kind of bullshit is now more accepted religion. Back in the days, we didn't have that. That's why you have all these food-based coins, because this was the meme culture for us. So someone came with cake, the other one said I'm Polkadot, the other one the ice cream basically. Other person came and said how about some sushi. Then Bake came along about baking, and a lot of coins were launched. Many of them died. That's the starting of Polkadot. But then Polkadot in 2021 it had its opportunity to have an aggressive rally, and as a result it went really up and they were able to make good amount of money. 2023 they started spending money. I think they spent 80 million to over 100 million dollars in marketing. Polkadot is the only coin that has an animated logo on CoinMarketCap that I have seen. So they went that far. I'll show it to you. Where the hell did it go? Polkadot. Yeah. So you see, Polkadot has an animated logo. I'll first show it to YouTube. If you look at Polkadot's logo, it changes into fire. Now you guys can see it too. It will change it to fire. There you go. So they even went for such kind of small things. They worked on everything. I mean, when you're spending over $80 million on marketing, you're not just going to throw it into influencers' hands. You do everything. But still, all that stuff didn't result into anything. So I would say that fundamentally they're trying. I haven't checked how they're doing on blockchain, but sentiments are really horrible. They are really horrible, and that's the main reason for Polkadot to be stuck and suffering. I'll go and check the Telegram comments now.
Hello, Shah.
Yes, brother. Yes, Manuel.
Shah, hi. I want to ask a question. You mentioned that in summer it's a good time to enter for some coins. I was wondering if you will share what coins are we going to get in, or you're talking about the ones that you mentioned.
No. I'll share a fresh list. I'll share a fresh list, and even the previous list that I had shared, I had summer in my mind. If you look at Sue goes down to 50 or 60 cents in that list. So I had summer in my mind. It's just that we were able to get into Sue only with 30% DCA, and then we were able to get out in some really decent profit, because our DCA took us to 1.7 or something, and then Sue went to 3.5. We got out around $2.9 dollars or something. So we had DCA planned that way, and it is going to be the same case scenario with a new list of coins that are shared in VIP. I'll share 20 coins. I wouldn't share more, and you will have your targets. And as I'm going to share it in summer, most probably I wouldn't share some aggressive DCA with it. Instead of 4-step DCA, it will only have 2. But some people can just go in all at once. I'll still share 2 just to be on the safe side.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So do you think summer it's around July, maybe?
Yeah, summer starts from June. They really need to pick the month. Last year we had 2 crashes. I think they were not able to decide how much crash is enough. So we had a crash on 5th of July, and then we had one at 5th of August. So 5th of August turned out to be bottom for the most of the coins, but for coins like HNT, ARV, and few others, 5th of July was the bottom. So some coins they bottom out in the first crash, some coins they bottom out in the second crash. But last year the majority crashed in 5th of August. They created lower. Even Bitcoin went to 49,000. So from 75 to 49, it was a 30% plus drop in Bitcoin after ETF. But when we talk about, like I said, about HNT, ARV, and few other coins, I remember them because I talk about coins all day. So I remember them like yesterday. I do remember these coins. They didn't create a new low on 5th of August. They actually stayed up. They stayed resilient to the overall mega crash of 5th of August. They only crashed maximum in the 5th of July. So starting from June is the open season, wherever you catch it up to September. After September, it's always a green time.
Great. Thank you, Shah. I'm really happy to talk to you for the first time.
No problem. Pleasure speaking with you, Manuel. Okay.
Hi, Shah.
Hi.
Hi, sorry, I'm bombarding your chat constantly with questions. Just to sort of sidetrack for a second and go to, is it Haven bot that you created?
Yeah. My bot is called Haven, yeah.
So in regards to that, I did have a play about with it, and I think I just frustrated myself and I left it for a short period of time. So in regards to, let's just hypothetically say I have a set amount of USDT and I transacted via the bot.
Yeah.
Now, let's just say based in Europe, the United Kingdom, would I necessarily receive funds from a potential buyer within my UK, United Kingdom country? So, for instance, if we had a Barclays Bank, for instance, would I have the option to select the Barclays Bank customer based in the UK for me to send the USDT and for them to send me the cash directly to me? Have I understood that correctly?
Yeah, that is perfect. And something about my bot, if you are selling USDT, you are a charm there. People will come and they will wash your feet and they will kiss your hand. Problem occurs when you're the other way around. Yeah, because you need to understand that USDT sellers, they are the gods in the market. USDT is always more valuable than the US dollar to begin with. It's always 2% to 5% more expensive than the market. So that's the beginning thing. So if you are selling USDT and your demands are you want it in the bank, everyone will make it happen. And it is rather really easy in comparison to anything else. So the only thing that you need to find when it comes to bank is to find someone that is in your locality, so your transfer happens within minutes. I don't do bank transactions with people who are outside. So if someone is sitting in India and I'm here, I wouldn't do bank transaction. I'll use Revolt, I'll use Wise, I'll use PayPal, I'll use something that is instant, because the whole point of using my bot is to make things happen instantly. And the overall concept that I have for the bot is that down the line, once I have millions of users on it, then it wouldn't matter, because we have the whole globe connected in the decentralized manner and everyone will be able to transact as instantly as possible. But right now, in current circumstances, if you're going to go for a bank, look for someone that can do it instant. Otherwise, use the other options. And it's straightforward process. You deposit the USDT to the bot, it locks it, and then it notifies the person who is supposed to pay you. They notify you that, okay, from carry on, I have taken the deposit. The USDT is now locked with me. Now you are secure, you can do the bank transfer. So they will send it to Barclay or any bank that you have. And once you receive it in the bank, you will see on the screen, there will be a button saying confirm. You click on confirm, your USDT will be released to the person who has sent the money to you in the bank.
So where does in the intermediate period, where does that USDT sit? Does that sit?
It stays in my bot. I'm the only person who has access to it. So the only person who can scam you is me.
So it's a good job I've got some faith and trust in you, Shah.
Yes. So the way to avoid getting scammed is to see for how much money Shah can scam you. So if you're dealing in $5,000, $10,000, for that much money, you can trust me. But if you're going above $1 million, you should start having doubts, because I'm yet to buy planes and other stuff. So you are not able to judge me. So for trust, you can understand up to 10,000. You can see that, okay, this guy is collecting students. He's charging in classes. I'm charging 4,000 on one-on-one. I'm charging 15K. So you can understand that, okay, maybe he will not scam me for 10K. So stuff like that. Yeah.
So within your sort of bot, it says that there's an option where it says, please set extra charge.
Yeah, that is your extra fee. Yeah. I sometimes I charge 2%. Sometimes I don't charge anything. These days I'm transacting a lot in Pakistani bank, because I'm buying a house for my mother, apartment for my mother in Dubai. So I always go there. I've created a Facebook group for it, right? So I post, I need $500 in Pakistani bank or $2,000 in Pakistani bank. I do it through various small transactions. So I don't trigger any government in Pakistan. But at the same time, all I'm trying to do is I'm leading towards the overall deposit for the property, because I'm using the person that is in Dubai. he has a bank account in Pakistan. So
Got you.
I'm giving him money over there because he needed it in Pakistan, and giving him money in Pakistan is really easy for me because I know a lot of people in Pakistan and India. So making things happen over there is easier. I can do it in Dubai as well, but I'm just explaining that why
Yeah.
you would sometimes charge percentage extra, why sometimes you wouldn't. When you're not charging extra percentage, like I said, you are selling USDT, even those who don't need it, they will buy it from you because they will go and they would try to charge the 2% and make some money. They would do the arbitrage.
So is that the 1%, 2% that you charge on the total sum that
Yes.
you're about to
Yes.
transfer?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Got
Yeah.
you. Got you.
You charge let's say you're charging you're selling $1,000, so they pay 2% extra, which is $20.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, no problem.
Just one last question, if that's okay.
Yeah.
This whole USDC, switch your USDT over to USDC because USDT is a scam and all that malarkey that's happening over in Europe and all in the States and maybe Canada. Just from a real human being, what's your perspective of holding USDT and instead of USDC? Because I've had a lot of doubt in my mind, thinking, should I switch over? For instance, if I had a KuCoin account, switch my USDT over to USDC, then I'm safe and secure, so to speak, hypothetically.
Yeah.
But I've never had a robust answer from somebody who's experienced like yourself. That,
Yeah.
should I have a 50-50 split or should I just
I would
USDT
always-
in its own?
I would always look at their security. Okay, security doesn't come from the mumbo jumbo of the influencers on Twitter or YouTube. It comes from what they have actually done. When you go and check USDT is the only stable coin and maybe the only crypto project. Actually, it's the only project in crypto and in stock market that holds the biggest debt of United States. I think it has surpassed Japan. So
Wow.
I have to go and check, but they hold the US government by the balls because if something happens to them, all that stuff crashes with them. The best manner of security is always to buy US debt. That's the best form of security and best form of having relationship with the government of USA. So I think that the most secure coin that you can find is USDT because they are doing something that the most sensible people should do. And they have invested their money for stability in the most sensible manner. You cannot see that from any other stable coin. Go and check for USDC. They're not even 2% of what USDT has done. So when it comes to stability, it is that kind of thing. But when it comes to Europe banning and stuff, that's a whole different European laws and regulation problem. Because in Europe, the rules and regulations, they're really stringent, they're very strict. I used to do Forex many years ago. When I would use a European exchange for Forex, the leverages would be extremely different. I do remember, I think it was tapped out on 150x or 200x. But the moment I would leave the European exchange, the leverages would be 1000x, 2000x. So Europe has some really strict rules when it comes to finances. And what they were introducing on USDT didn't care about that. Plus, you need to understand that the European audience is really small. It's like choosing Amazon. Canadian Amazon, it comes as the last Amazon that people will pick. First, they will pick USA Amazon, then they will pick Indian Amazon, then they will pick Dubai Amazon, then they would think of Canadian Amazon. So when it comes to traffic, same applies to Europe. In Europe, there is only one country that matters, that is UK. There are 4 countries that globally matters when it comes to finances. It's US, UK, Australia, and Canada. The 4 people that speaks English. So that's the general consideration. But the general population of Europe is really small. I think that's why USDT didn't fight over it. They thought that, okay, convincing these 40 countries is difficult. Let's go and keep India happy or some other country happy, where the number beats the overall amount of money or buying power of Europe. So if you just pick only India versus all Europe, in the number of volume, you can still do well. yes, they don't have a good GDP per capita. They're poor, but they are in huge quantity. Most simple example would be that if I'm selling matchsticks in Europe for let's say $5 each, and I'm selling 10,000 matchsticks. When I go to India and I'm selling it for $1, they have 1.5 billion population. You're going to make way more money. So it's a game of volume. So that's why I think they didn't improve themselves and fight back, and that's why USDT said is the value for money doesn't make sense. So they didn't make Europe happy, and they just moved out.
Spot on. Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you for answering that.
No problem. Okay, now, yes, this fraud trader, if you have complicated him, you can talk, and then I will go for YouTube comments. Okay, you're not talking, so I'll take YouTube comments.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello, Shah.
Hi.
Sorry. Do we get this month for the altcoins maybe a rally, or what do you think about it?
I don't know. I mean, the market, it's playing out the way I expected, having a green first week. Now I'm just waiting for the market to go down. I'm not expecting rallies in this month. I'm rather expecting the month to be either boring or a start of downward journey, because June is just around the corner, and all the green months are over. Your first quarter is gone. These are the ambiguous times always. It's like when we had the trend of having green days on Friday and Saturday and red days on Sunday and Monday. Then the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they would be ambiguous. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
They were that kind of days.
Okay.
Same as the case scenario when it comes to the month of May. It's not a favorite month from any perspective. It's the winter is gone, you have green months gone, and then summer is around the corner, which is a dull month from so many angles. People take summer vacations, they go on holidays, people don't trade a lot, they party, they rest, they go out, and it's a very cultural thing. It's not something that happens in the other side of the planet where we live. We don't care about sun, but humanity doesn't see sun here. So when sun is out in the West, in Western countries like USA or Europe, everyone gets out to see the sun. So they're not sitting in front of screens and trading. They're not that active. They try to be more with their families and enjoy and party and travel and stuff like that. That's where generally you have your marriages and everything pretty much adds up to that. That's why summers, they go low on volume, and generally they don't tend to do well.
Okay, and like about September, then it maybe will be better for that.
Yeah, September, October is basically where you start going up. And over there you start seeing some disasters, but they're just to scare people. Generally it does rally.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Okay, so many comments, my God. Okay, Dot, I'm here first time. I like it. Are you coming live daily? Oh, I wish once a week. I will try to come same time every week. I'll see which day, but timing I'll try to keep it same. Hi Shah, what are your thoughts on USD1? Thanks in advance. I talked about that quite extensively. They're doing really well. In short summary, they're doing really well because we have a standard now of RLUSD from Ripple. When you look at it in contrast to what USD1 is doing, I would say hats off. First time Liberty Finance doing something right. It shocks me. Shaji, when will you get married? Her visa is in process. The moment she lands and I see her that, okay, she looks exactly how I have seen her on screen. In 3 days, I will be married. Okay. Is market crash coming? That's too soon to say. But yeah, in a few months, yes. When you will bring sharks to Interleague, waiting for the year, bring me some sharks. Hopefully soon, I'm waiting for it. There might be some good stuff just around the corner. Stay intact. Agree, thanks. Hello everyone. Hello Idol. Which cake price should I buy? Try to buy cake at $1 and below. It's going to become harder and harder for cake to go down. They have introduced deflation. They have added a dashboard as well, where you can see their burning mechanism. So I think seeing cake at 50 cents is going to be like seeing Solana on $8 or Bitcoin on $15,000 or maybe Bitcoin on $3,000. It's going to be that kind of a thing. You will see it once and then it will be gone. I don't think cake will create new lows after that ever, unless they introduce inflation again, which I don't think they would. They have learned their lesson, but still. I mean, the person that paid you with the bank doesn't confirm as usual. If the person doesn't confirm, then that is where we come in play. All the person needs to do is complain. Let's say that the person sent the money to the USDT seller. They did the bank transfer, but the USDT seller is trying to scam. They say that I'm not receiving the money in the bank. Then what happens is that there's a button to press for us to intervene. Then we go and ask you for a video of your bank transfer. We look at the video, we verify that you have actually done the bank transaction. The USDT seller is just trying to scam you. We take a video from them as well, just to be sure to see their bank account that they have actually not received it. After we match both videos, we see that, okay, who is lying? Then we can always release the USDT. You need to understand that the bot keeps the USDT as a security measure because only the USDT seller can scam you. But as we hold their USDT, if they are trying to scam you, then we can always take action. But the person who is doing the bank transfer cannot scam you. Why? Because if they don't do bank transfer, we verify the person who has deposited the USDT, we give it back to that person. So again, it is secure from both sides, and I have thought of this process a lot before creating that bot. And believe it or not, we have done, at last time I checked the number, it's above 1,000 transactions. It was, I don't know, 1,300 or so, and we have not seen a single case of fraud yet. But it will come, and we have a system in place. Could you please double check CGPT, because I want to know if your opinion is still that we should hold the area of 10 cents to stay bullish. That is still true. Shahab says, please analyze ETH. Now, this is my own staff member, who is my analyst, is here trolling me. Smash that thumbs up, everyone. Wow, someone is pitching for me. Have you seen what happened to Sol there? Yes. Thank you for all your content. No problem. Thank you, Shah. I think you said you sold your crypto in Feb. I sold my crypto in November. I wouldn't sell. The person who sold in Feb was Liberty Finance. They made a massive amount of loss on their Ethereum. Let's get this gambling. 1.39 buy for Solar. I'm in your VIP group long time ago. I just subscribed for 6 months. $10. Now I want to subscribe again for 12 months. But I see $40. I'm sorry to hear that. It's all about the availability of the seats. When you leave the seat, it goes away. Unfortunately, someone else takes it. Shah is so cute with his beard. Thanks, Mike. Okay, I think we are over 1 hour. It's 1 hour, 10 minutes. Thank you everyone for joining. It was a pleasure speaking with you all. You guys take care, and I'll see you guys next week. Take care. Bye.